What's going on, everyone? Mike O back with my Day 5 recap of the 2024 National Sports Collectors Convention. Sunday, the final day of the National. 2 years in a row, did not disappoint. There are aspects of it that are fantastic. There are aspects of it that are disappointing. That's just the nature of it. It's a shorter day, and of course, a lot of people aren't there. Some dealers bail early. Dealers definitely start moving it to and absolutely by 3 o'clock as they get prepared, as they're exhausted. And quite honestly, most of them have done very well. Heard from many that once again, for like the third, fourth straight year, this was the best national they've ever had. So obviously it was very successful, even though there were some complaints by some people out there, valid complaints in many aspects. But Sunday is great because a lot of people aren't there. And that stinks in a way because a lot of my friends had already left and a lot of people I know had left. And you just don't get to that interaction to hang out. I went over with Big Scott 35 and we hung out quite a bit. And of course, ran into many others that I knew, but just not as many. But the thing is, the traffic issues people complain about, non-existent. Got right into the lot. Parking issues, you still had to park a little further away if you were like me. I got there a little later than I originally intended, but it wasn't bad. I mean, it was way better than previous days. And at a certain point when I had gone out to the car to grab some stuff, I just moved the car and I was like a 1-minute walk from the building. No lines at the bathrooms, no lines at the food trucks. Not that that really affected me much. And you could actually move around and also motivated dealers. Either some of them had done very well and this was all just bonus cash, or in some cases they wanted to move some bulky stuff. So I picked up a ton of stuff. By far the most stuff I picked up at this national was today, Sunday. A lot of it's not getting shown off in this video because quite honestly, I'm at a rest stop here right outside of Pittsburgh. So we got, cameo there. But we'll go through the few things I picked up for my collection. I bought out a giant box, about 1,200 vintage cards. I bought a bunch of vintage slabs and some wax that was open to get silver pack. So I got all that stuff. And then I also came away with these cool things. So let's get into them quickly. We got Bates, Johnny Bates. He was a Philly. That's a 1909 Colgan chip proof. So that will be going into SGC to get that hopefully encapsulated for the collection. Love to have all these things encapsulated. It's cool. Picked up this 47 Bond Bred Del Ennis. So hopefully that one will be done as well. I know those can be a little iffy sometimes with grading. The ones with those corners, usually good. This one got from James Elite Hunters. He kind of talked me into it a little bit. He kind of gave me a deal that I couldn't refuse. And quite honestly, James Elite Hunters, thank you. Because, yeah, I don't regret it. And if I had passed on it or not done it, I definitely would have been thinking about this one. This is a 1921-22 W575 Fred Cy Williams. And that is an autograph authenticated by SGC. So Cy Williams was one of the Phillies' better players for quite a while. Led the team in home runs. I believe he actually led the league in home runs multiple times, if I'm remembering correctly. We'll learn a little more about that in the final national recap, but that's an awesome pickup and just not something you see. When you find his autographs, like most guys from that era, it's going to be a cut. It's going to be either from a check or perhaps an index card. Not very many on cards, so that's spectacular. That's an awesome item to have in the Phillies collection. Last Phillies card for today is a 1958 Hires Root Beer. That's a Stan Lapata. That's a test set, no tab. So that's a beautiful one there. Love that one. Thrilled to add that. Anytime I can add examples from a set that I don't have, I'm super, super thrilled. Like I said, I picked up a bunch of other slabs and such and things, and I was able to work out some deals, and this was one that I ended up working out at the very end. First time I've owned one. This one is definitely going in the collection. I wouldn't be opposed in the future to perhaps upgrading it, and I'm not a big upgrade guy. Usually I get something and I'm happy with it. I saw some others that were a little better, but this one I just couldn't beat the price and such. It's a 1954 Topps Henry Aaron rookie. So Hank Aaron, PSA 1. Definitely very rounded corners, which, doesn't completely bother me. Little bit of creasing in here and such, some surface issues. Not perfectly centered. I saw one that was actually very well centered, and for that reason it was pretty pricey. But regardless, if this is the only one I ever own, I'm thrilled, I'm excited. Hank Aaron's a guy that absolutely want in the collection. This is the only one my dad doesn't have in his run / my run. We kind of have a combined run of Hank Aaron, so that one will finish that off. So those are the pickups from day 5. So here is just my brief thoughts. I get it. The National is long, and I understand certain years you can't do every day. Certain years you can't even make it. But if you can do it, day 5 is worth it, in my opinion. It's not going to have the excitement of everything going on, though there's breaks and there's all that stuff. And by the way, silver packs, the people who waited like 3 hours in line for those, you could walk up at the end. They had them till 2 o'clock. That's when they were cutting it off. You could go up, buy a box, and go get whatever you want at baseball, football, Star Wars, or soccer. So, I mean, that was pretty cool. But listen, the point is, if you have a chance to go to the show Sunday, especially if you're looking for deals, I mean, guys were willing to work. I was able to bundle some slabs. I was able to buy out some boxes. And I was able to buy some PC stuff. And some people say never pay sticker. Didn't pay any sticker. So I'm thrilled with it. Guys, comment below. Let me know what you think of my day 5 recap. How many days did you go? And if you do plan on going in the future, will you consider going Sunday? I get it. There's a lot of things. If you have to work on Monday, or if flights, just don't work that way, you can't always do it. But if you can, I'm telling you, 2 years in a row, a lot of great deals. And I remember having great deals in the past, both in Atlantic City in 2021 and Cleveland in like 2018. There have been years in Chicago where I just couldn't do it. Last year we drove, so we were able to do it. So driving is always awesome too when you can. All right, guys, I got a couple hundred more miles to go. I will see you next time. Have a great one.